Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is a live recording of a 50-minute full body flexibility yoga practice. I just used my bolster today for props, but find some space to move and let's get started. All right. So, yes, we will begin laying down. Of course, if you're going to lay on top of something, you can set that up. But let's find our way down. Lay on down. And you might bend your knees, plant your feet, and just scooch them a little bit closer towards your hips. You can bring your arms out nice and wide. Let your palms face up. Maybe spread your fingers wide and wiggle them around a few times. And you can decide what you want to do with your legs. If you want to keep your knees just bent, feet planted, you could send them long. Or, of course, make a lovely diamond shape with them. Opening up through the head. But let your eyes close and take a nice, slow, deep breath in. And out. And just scanning your body. How are you feeling today? What areas of your body are you feeling today? If you are laying in a way where you can turn your head, you can let the chin tip over towards your left shoulder. You can also bring your right hand behind your head and maybe reach for your ear just to turn your head a little bit more. And maybe you'll leave your hand under your head. You might feel the shoulder a bit more. But you could also take it out. And if you did tip your chin over to the left, and slowly turn your head back up. Take your hand out from under your head if it's there. And just reach your arms, both of them out wide again, and maybe spread the fingers and wiggle them a few times. And then your chin can start to tip over towards your right shoulder. Maybe your left hand will reach for your ear and turn your head a little bit more. And either keeping your hand behind your head or bringing it back out to the side. And bring your chin back up. And take your hand out from behind your head if that's where it is. And just placing your arms out wide again. And if you've got your legs in a diamond shape, let's bring our knees back together or back up. Just planting the feet on the ground. You might sway the knees side to side depending on what you're laying on. Just a gentle sway. And before we come off of our pillows, if you are laying on something, let's reach our arms above the head and just stretch. Stretch through the upper body. Take a nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, you can relax your arms all the way back to your sides. And if you are laying on top of something, we can take it out, slide it off to the sides, and just lay back down flat on your back for a moment. Maybe hugging your knees into your chest. You could rock or sway side to side. Just massaging your back against the ground. Now we're going to tip all the way over onto our left side. If you've got a pillow, you might want to have it in front of you just in case. But just laying on your left side, you can rest your head in your hand if you want. We're going to be moving our top leg a little bit. We're going to start with just a quad stretch. So reaching back for the foot, hugging the heel towards the glute. And then let's just try to stack our legs on top of one another. The bottom leg can be bent or it can be pretty straight. But maybe the knees can kind of be close together. And then you might end up just staying here. Or if you keep a hold of your foot, you can bring the knee forwards and maybe it can rest on top of our pillow. Still hugging the heel towards the glute. You could go so far as to that knee going straight out from your hip. Maybe it doesn't go quite that far forwards. And then again, you can stay where you are, or we can start to bring that knee back, and we're actually going to let go of our foot, but we're going to try to bring it to the ground behind us. And the knee can lift as high as it wants to lift, and just slide your foot further and further away. See how far that leg will go, but let your upper body stay where it is instead of laying back, falling onto your back. See if you can keep your upper body kind of where it is. Slide that foot or heel toe that foot further and further and further until it doesn't want to go anymore. And if you've got the foot on the ground behind you, scooch it back up or slide it back up so our legs are just stacking on top of one another. We're going to switch to the other side. If that means you're going to roll onto your back or your belly, if you're going to lift up and turn all the way around, you can do that too. But find your way onto your right side. Have your pillow there if you found it useful. Get a little comfy, resting your head in your hand, and then just a nice simple quad stretch. Reach for your foot. Just trying to stack those knees as close together as they can be for the first little bit. And then you might stay just like this. If it doesn't feel good on your knee or your hip to bring it forwards, you can stay where you are, or you can try to bring that knee maybe straight out from the hip. Maybe rest it nicely on top of your pillow. Might be lucky enough to get a nice ankle stretch here too. And then either staying where you are or starting to bring the knee back and letting go of your foot and trying to bring it to the ground behind your leg. And then just slide it further and further, heel toe it. Might not go very far at all, or it might go a lot farther than you think. And if you've got your foot on the ground behind you, you can start to slide it back in, all the way back up. And then if we can tip over, all of us, onto our bellies this time. You won't need your pillow, so you can move that off to the side. But let's end up on our bellies. And you can just start by stacking the palms, resting your foreheads, maybe giving your hips a gentle sway side to side. And then we're going to bring our left arm out to the side. I'm going to do the cactus arm version. Palm facing down, bending the elbow. If you want to do a straight arm, you can do a straight arm. But let your palm face down. Either stay laying on your belly or you can tip over onto your left side. A little bit, a lot, just until you feel a stretch through the chest, the shoulder, and your arm. Take another breath. If you are on your left side, you can slowly tip back over to your belly and either stack your palms again or bring your left arm beside you, your hand by your hip, and then let your arm be nice and heavy. And if your arm isn't already beside you with your hand by your hip, maybe you'll bring it there now. Your palm can stay facing up. You can turn it to face down and then maybe tuck it underneath your leg. Rest your quad on top of your hand if you'd like. The palm facing down or up. And if you did tuck your hand underneath your leg, untuck it. And let's slide that hand all the way back up, stacking the palms, resting your forehead, relaxing once again through your left arm and shoulder. And then when you feel ready to send your right arm out, same thing, either the cactus arm or the straight arm, up to you. Elbow in line with your shoulder, palm facing down, and then maybe you'll tip over onto your right side. Just find that sweet spot where you get a nice stretch. You haven't gone too far, you've gone just far enough. Let's take just another breath. And if you did roll onto your right side, you can slowly tip back over onto your belly. And either stacking your palms, or you can bring your hand by your hip now, but just let the palm face up and your arm relax completely. And maybe you're going to be moving your hand by your hip now. Maybe it's already there. But your palm could turn to face down. And you could tuck your hand underneath your quad if you want to. Let your chest be heavy still. If you did tuck your hand under your leg, just gently take it out. And you can stack your palms under your forehead one more time. Just notice how you're feeling throughout your arms and shoulders. Maybe a gentle sway through your hips. And let's bring our hands by our shoulders. We're going to push ourselves up to our hands and knees to tabletop just for a moment. You might sway your hips side to side a few times. And then we are going to sit down. So we're going to bring our legs in front of us. I'll turn to face this way. We're going to lean back a little bit. So we'll bring our hands behind us. We're going to widen our feet as well, our knees and our feet, maybe to the edges of the mat. And we'll start to sway the knees side to side a few times. We'll be letting our knees, though, tip over to the left. And you can keep your right hand where it is, or you could lift it up and reach it over. And then maybe the legs will come down some more. Maybe your right hand will reach for the left knee, and then maybe you will lift your chest just slightly as you take a peek behind you for a little bit of a twist. And if you did tip all the way over, if you're twisted, we're going to come all the way back. Our right hand's going to try to find the ground where it was, where it started. Lift the knees up too. So you're just leaning back, feet are wide, knees are wide again. You can start with some gentle sway side to side, but then eventually tipping your knees all the way over towards the right, but the left hand can stay down. It can, or it can lift and reach over. Maybe for that right knee, if your legs come all the way down, and then just a little lift of the chest and maybe a peek behind you. And then slowly coming back, facing forwards again, bringing that left hand to the ground, back where you started, lifting the knees up. Maybe take another couple sways side to side though. And then you can bring the feet a little bit closer together so that you're able to sit up or lean forwards even, but just bringing the weight out of the hands. Maybe give your knees a hug or a squeeze. And then we're going to send our right leg out long. If you'd rather lay down on your back and use a strap to hold your foot up in the air to stretch your hamstring, you can lay down. But if you're good to be seated, bring your right leg out. Feel free to use a strap or just point your toes up. Sit tall, lengthen your spine. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we can lean forwards. You can bend your knee, lift it up as much as you want. So you take a few breaths, your leg might get a little bit straighter. Let's stay for another breath or two. And if you're folding forwards, you can lift again. If you're laying on your back, you can let your foot come to the ground. We're going to be moving to figure 4 from here. If you want to shake it out a little bit, hug the knees, you can do that. But if you are laying down, you can stay laying down. If you are seated, You can place your foot on top of your quad. You can lean back again. Bend your right leg, plant that foot. And if you're still shaking it out, find your way to figure 4 when you're ready. Just a couple extra breath on this side. And start to uncross your legs. And give the knees a little sway, a little shake, maybe a little bit of a hug. But again, if you are laying down, we'll be going for that left leg, lifting up into the air. If you're seated, keep your left leg out long. Point those toes up, maybe add your strap to your foot. Lengthening through the spine. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you can fold when you're ready to fold. Maybe start with a nice bend through your knee. Give your leg a chance to relax a little bit. Stay for another breath, maybe 2, maybe 3. You can use an inhale to lift if you are folding, or let your leg come down if you're laying on the ground. But a little shake of the legs and finding your way to figure 4 whenever you're ready. No rush. Right foot finding the top of that left quad. And if you're seated, you can lean back. Feeling your right leg, glute, hip. A couple extra breath on this side. And then you can uncross your legs and shake it out a little bit more. And if you are laying down, you can stay there. And if you are seated, eventually find your way down onto your back. You don't need, well, have your pillows close by, just in case. But let's all lay down for sure. Bend the knees, plant the feet. And then we're gonna be letting our knees tip over to the left side. So we will be twisting. If you wanna place your pillow under your knees, you can. Or you can stack them, or you can cross them. But tip your legs over. Reach your arms out wide. Way down the shoulders. Feel that twist through your back. Maybe through your legs. And you might even turn your chin over to the right. And if you like, bringing your hand behind you, your left hand, to reach for the ear, to turn the chin a little bit more, or to be a pillow too, you can add that back in as well. So depending on if you did turn your chin or bring your hand behind your head, you can start to let that go first. If your legs are crossed, you might uncross them but leave them tipped over to the side. Then eventually lifting your legs back up, rolling out of your twist. And once you're flat on your back again, just take a moment. What are you feeling through your neck? Maybe even that left shoulder, down your spine, into your hips. And if you want to use your pillow on the other side, just move it on over, tipping the legs over. Maybe crossing them again, maybe not. And then just adjusting the shoulders a bit. And maybe your chin just wants to turn over towards the left. Maybe your right hand is going to come behind your head and reach for your ear. And maybe it will stay there as a little pillow, little shoulder stretch, or you can take it out. As we start to move again, maybe lifting your chin up first. Maybe taking your hand out from behind your head. You can uncross your legs if they're crossed. And then lift your legs up out of your twist. Laying flat on your back again. Maybe a gentle sway through the knees, but just notice how you feel. Through your entire body. If you'd like to hug your knees to your chest, or Continue to sway your knees side to side. Feel free to do so. And if you're ready to set up for Shavasana, if you want to add a pillow or anything under your legs, maybe your knees, maybe your calves, just find a comfortable place where you'd like to spend these last few moments. Relax. Settle into Shavasana. You can slowly start to move. Maybe some ankle circles if your feet are floating. Maybe rolling your chin from side to side. And if you'd like to reach your arms all the way above your head for a stretch. And you can bend your knees. And roll over. Finding your way up to a comfy seat when you're ready. You can bring your hands together. Awesome practice, you guys. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys very soon, next week. Namaste.